Hi everyone! I just wanted to speak on something that has been on my heart and mind a lot lately. So every day people send me a lot of videos, articles, all sorts of media. So one thing that I've noticed that a lot of them have in common is they induce fear. So, when something induces fear in us like that, we have to ask ourselves, what is the motivation behind this being written? And what is this doing for me? Is this actually improving my place in the world? Is this actually making me better and therefore more able to help myself and help others? Recently, with everything that's going on with Russia, for example, there has been a lot of stuff about that. And while it's important to know what's going on in the world, we've also already been at war in the Middle East for like over 20 years. So, why is our attention suddenly being directed here? You know, is that helping them? You can send them your thoughts and your prayers, but when you delve down into sorrow yourself, you are not operating in a way that is serving you or serving others in your life. So it's really important for us to have a filter where media is concerned. And this isn't just, can you trust this person? Can you trust this site? Can you trust that person? It's more than that. Is this benefiting me? So, could that time be better spent with your kids, sitting outside for a few minutes, stretching, prepping some food for later so that you have time to cook your own food? You know, doing anything that actually serves you, even a little self love, moisturizing your skin, making yourself a tea. You know, sometimes life is a lot simpler than we give it credit for. A lot of this stuff, the graphene oxide, for example, does it affect us whether the vaccines actually have graphene oxide in them? If you were actively researching how to help people detox from these, it may affect you for that period of time while you are doing that research. But let's say that you find something that works. Does it really matter why it works? We know a lot of these things, or all of them, have heavy metals in them anyway. If you're detoxing heavy metals, is that effective? And if so, does the graphene even matter? So I just see even people who are taking in alternative media being very caught up in this cycle of there's always something to absorb. There's this timeline of information. And whenever it comes down to it, we are not meant to be just absorbing all the time. We are creators at our core. We are meant to take in the world somewhat, and then we are meant to put out what comes from inside of us, our creativity, our soul. We are meant to be expressing that. We are not meant to just be absorbing. And I really feel like a lot of us are caught up in that cycle. Recently, during meditation, I was led to clear a lot of programming I had around media that I had taken in and health information, spiritual information, and, relationship archetypes. We don't realize when we watch TV, we also get a lot of programming that, you may never think about. How are these people relating to each other? What is expected of each person in every relationship? Or, for example, if there are police in something, how are they acting? Why are they always doing something corrupt, but it's for the greater good? Why before all this ever started was there always quarantines and in movies and all of these things? Why is there always so many hospitals? So there's a lot of things that we may not realize we're taking in. We're taking in these subtle subconscious programs, and our brain is like a computer, and what you take in is like the algorithm that you are programming it with. It's literally programming. So you are giving your brain the information that it is going to subconsciously make decisions off of when you read these things. And with your health, it's the same thing. A huge part of health is mental, emotional. And we see that with the placebo effect. A huge percentage, Kelly Brogan talks about this if anyone's interested in it. A huge percentage of the effects of drugs for mental illness, for example, has been proven to be placebo effect. So, we see that what we think affects our body. So when you go reading things, even if they're fact-based, that say, when you do this, this is what happens. You eat this, this is what happens. Especially if you're doing things that you perceive as negative, which you shouldn't be doing that, which is a whole other subject. But whenever you do those things and you already have that programming in your subconscious, that's how your body is going to react. So I think it's really important for us to take a little bit of a step back of what exactly we're putting in. So what I did was, in meditation, I gathered in my mind the programming that I have around relationships, the programming that I have around money, the programming that I have around health. What applies to others does not apply to me. We are divinely chosen. We are nature initiated. We are powerful. We are soul. We are infinite. We are eternal. We are not these little Westworld robots. We can choose our programming. So what I did was, in my mind, gather all of those things up and use violet flame, which is a divine energy, to transmute them and burn off anything that does not serve my highest good in this life at this time. So any information that you have that's not serving your soul's mission, it doesn't need to be in there messing with you, The other thing that I did was I put a shield around myself, like a white bubble with violet flame on the outside, and the intention that only information that I needed to know for my health and my growth and the health and growth of my clients and the people that I speak with here would come through that shield, and that everything else would be transmuted or just released down into the earth. I have seen a huge difference since I did that. I have been repelled from almost all media. I've only read very, specific health things, and I have not watched a single video, to be honest. So nothing is resonating with me since I put that shield up, and it just makes me wonder how many of us are taking in these things that we don't need and then affecting ourselves negatively in the process. So what I'm going to do now, and you are welcome to join me, is just a quick meditation to clear some of this programming out and to shield yourself from things that don't serve you in the future. So I will invite you to just close your eyes and take a deep breath. Imagine your grounding cord coming down from the base of your spine. We're just going to go ahead and cut that. And then we're going to imagine a new one coming up from deep in the core of the earth. This is the Earth's energy sending us up a connection. So it will connect back to the base of our spine. The purpose of this is that everything that doesn't serve you can flow freely back down into the earth to be transmuted into something else. So now we are just going to take a few deep breaths. And imagine a golden sun above you, filled with celestial energy. God, Yahweh, Source, whatever that means to you. It's gold and vibrant and white. And now we're just going to imagine that overflowing onto us, over the top of our head, down our crown, over our third eye, down our shoulders and throat, over our heart, over our back, solar plexus, sacral chakra, our root, down our legs, over our feet, washing away everything that doesn't serve us and our soul's mission. Now we are just going to specifically ask, spirits, guides, angels here for our highest good. Thank you for helping us today to transmute and release any programming that we may have around relationships, health, government, anything else that is not serving us and our highest good at this time. We're just going to gather it all into a nice ball of white light. Now, when you're ready, invoke violet flame, a divine energy that will burn away anything that does not serve you. The rest will be returned in a ball of white light through the crown of your head. Now we are just going to imagine a bubble of white light around us. This light is divine, it is protecting, it is that feeling like you're in a cocoon of safety and love and all that is, connection to everything. So we are just going to surround that with whatever feels right to you, some kind of shield. It can be whatever color you're seeing, something with the intention that you will only take in media and programming that serves your highest good. Everything else will be transmuted or bounce off, or just you will know it does not align. Okay? Okay, now just take a few more deep breaths. Again, imagining that divine gold white energy all around you. Anything you don't need just flowing right off your grounding cord into the earth. And coming back. So, I hope everybody will consider what you're taking in and listen to your heart and your gut when you ask, does this media serve me or am I serving it? I love you guys.